So in this session we're going to be creating walls. We're going to create curtain walls, which is essentially glazing. We're going to add in some stairs, and then we're going to add in external doors to our walls. So first of all, open up your model, and within that we should have the DWG loaded in and the grid lines. So to create our external walls, we're going to select architecture, and all these are your build construction tools. So we've got your walls, doors, roof ceilings and stairs. So we're going to create our external walls. So if we select walls, and if you click the little tab under the properties, it will give you an options of all the preset construction wall types. So EXT is external walls, and 300 is how thick it is, and then we've got external walls which are 500 mil and internal walls which are 200 mil. So if we select 300, now we've always got to stipulate where it starts and where it finishes. So the base constraint is which level it will start at, so we've got a basement, and the top constraint is where we want it to end, so we've got this at ground floor level. So where it says unconnected height, it stipulates how high that's going to be. So because we set up our levels at 3.1, the walls that we're going to generate are going to be just over 3 meters. So if I just, for example, I draw a wall, go to an elevation, you can see that that wall starts at basement level and ends on the ground floor. Delete that, and first of all we're going to create the external linear walls. So click on wall, set up these parameters, and the tab on your left, these are your draw tools. So this is the shapes and forms that you can create with the wall tool. So because we've got the XREF, the DWG and the grid lines, if we hover around any element it will pick up automatically and snap to it. So to start drawing, left click, and to end or stop at a corner you left click again. And because it's under where it says here chain, you can continuously draw a wall all around your building. Now to get out of the mode you press escape a couple of times and it put you back into default modified mode. So if you click on walls again, make sure the straight lines tools, and if you hover around it should pick up the center of the wall, and you can go around and very carefully draw in your external walls. So you see there I've just misaligned it, but we can amend that later. And if you hover around you can see the dashed line is picking up, that's the center of those walls. So if I press escape a couple of times, now we come to a tricky bit where the walls have a nice curve to it. So this time we click on wall, and then this time we're going to say pick lines. So on the DWG I've outlined the center of that wall, so if we pick that line it will draw or create a wall along that line. So that tricky bit of wall we've created in 3D. Now the curved bit here, the circular where we've got stairs, we're going to use the circle tool, and we're going to pick the center of the grid lines, left click again, and then we're going to type in 1250. So this is the radius of the walls, and it will create a complete circle around it. So we press escape a couple of times to get back into modify mode, and then we're just going to modify that wall so it's disconnected, and then these little blue dots are nodes, so that enables you to drag them, extend or shorten it. So now I'm going to shorten all the way back, and where it comes up to another wall, where it intersects, it highlights a dashed blue line, let go, and it will automatically join. So now we're just going to end the wall, so we go wall again and create a complete shape. So you can see there where I've made a slight mistake. If I select the wall and use the move tool, and I can move that wall to align with our DWG. So if we move that again, if that was a mistake, select the wall, use the move tool, we can pick the face of that wall to the face of that line, and it will move it to it. So now we can just draw all the other walls as well. So where we've got glazing, we're just going to embed what's called embed curtain walling. So we're going to draw in the glazing within that. That wall there is 300, and this wall here is slightly thinner, so we can use the 200 wall. And again, we're just going to pick that wall there, pick that wall there. So the dashed line highlights where it's going to draw the centre of the wall. So the main house is done, and the internal walls, they're 300. So we can just go to our properties and select the 300 wall. And again up to that point there, and then stop it there. But where we've got a bit of glazing, we're going to just embed some curtain walling. So now for the curtain walling, if we click wall again, this time we're going to select external curtain walls, and then we're going to go to edit type, and the important thing here is where it says auto embed, is make sure that that's ticked. The reason for that is when you draw in, if you draw over your existing walls, the curtain wall will cut into that existing wall. So there was a bit of glazing along here, so if we just roughly draw it in, and where it's too big, again we're going to use the nodes to the left and right and then drag them and then snap them in there. So that wall there doesn't have to be, the curtain walling doesn't have to be exact, it just has to be close enough. And then we're just going to draw 3 walls, and this one extends all the way from that point there. Oops. Just drag it all the way along here up to that point there, and so you just use the nodes to go all the way through. And now all we need to do is add in these doors. So the same way the curtain wall embeds itself into the walls, the doors do the same. So I'll select on door, and similar to the walls, if you click a little tab, these are all the presets. So we're going to use the concept wall, so we're going to use the 1010, and if we hover around and then click, it will embed it within that wall. Now to change the swing, if you select the wall and you tab it left and right, if you select the door, there's these little arrows, and if you select them, it will switch them from left to right, and then you can just select it and either use the move tool to select the top to align to the DWG. So that concludes creating walls and doors.